Southern Ontario. We milk about 260 cows. Right now, during the winter months, you milk quite a bit more milk because the feed is very consistent. And as you do a good job, you will produce quite a bit of milk. So, but right now we're over our quota. It's regulated by the government and by the DFO. But the problem is what they don't understand is millions of people look at this milk running away because it's the end of the month. So I have to dump 30,000 liters of milk. It breaks my heart. I will show you. By the way, this here, Canadian milk, it's $7 a liter. When I go for my haircut, people say, wow, $7, Jerry, for a little bit of milk. I say, well, you have to go higher up because we have no say anymore as a dairy farmer on our own farm because they make us dump it. And no matter how we stand up, so this time I'm going public. I want the people to see the pain that us growers have of 365 days. As a little boy, we grew up on a dairy farm, came from Europe, work, and here we are. This is what's happening.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash, and double honor to the elders and apostles, the great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and Shalom to you brothers preaching and teaching on the highways and byways in sincerity and in truth. All right, now you just saw a video of one of the farmers out there in Canada. This happened a few weeks ago, but you can just see everything, the walls starting to close in on this place on Babylon. Now, this guy's an Edomite. Try to get the image back of him up here. This guy here, now he's an Edomite who owns a farm. Now, there was a period of time where not only would the government not be messing with him, but they would get all kind of subsidies, they would get incentives. During the 1860s, you had the Homestead Act, and they were basically just paying Edomites to come from Europe, giving them land, A lot of these different counties that we live in, Johnson County, Jackson County, these are all big swaths of land given to Edomites, all right, during the homesteading of the 1860s, when Esau basically was going west past the Mississippi, all right. Those days are over with. Obviously, the Lord has completely confounded and folded this place in on itself because now you have Edomite oppressing Edomite, man. All right. I'm going to get that real quick. I think that's Isaiah 19, Egyptian against Egyptian. Yep, Isaiah 19:1, it says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, all right, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. That's talking about Babylon, man. That's talking about this place, not the ancient Egypt, all right? This is a prophecy, all right? Verse 2, it says, and I will set Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother. It's starting at the top, at the class. It's a separation of class now, you see. See, back in the day when you had Edomite supremacy, that's basically a caste system. Like India, you have the 5 different levels of people, all right? And they're all considered above each other like a rank. Well, that's what white supremacy is. It's the same thing, except they use colors, all right, with white being at the top and black being at the bottom, all right. But now that whole system has basically crumbled in on itself. Now there's no more order. You see, there was a period of time where the class that you were in the caste system, so to speak, was synonymous with the color of your skin. All right. If you were white, you were basically you were good no matter what. Now those days are basically over with. You still got Edomites that live that way, but the Esau has passed so many laws. He's become so unreasonable And I guess I'll title this that, the unreasonable ruler. All right. He's become so unreasonable that now his own people are suffering, man. And it's not just innocuous farming shit. He's poisoning his own people too, man. There's a whole opioid crisis. What is that about? He's dumping plastic in his own neighborhoods. All right. East Palestine or Ohio, that's mainly Esau out there. You see how the Lord divided this place, man? All right. Let me read verse 2 again. It says, and I will set Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right. And this prophecy was spoken about, multiple times, man. You can read 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. All right. You can read Matthew 24. So verse 3 says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards. So y'all are gonna fall back on ideologies and philosophies that to try to, as a coping mechanism. All right. You're gonna try to cope with the things that are happening. First, it's the eggs are $7. You're like, damn, that's high. But you still pay it. Everything's still kind of good. Then it's $10. Then it's $12. All right. And the whole time you're coping with it. You're coming up, I'm going to manifest this. Oh, I got faith in this and that. And, y'all do all this left-handed shit, everything but repent to the Most High. All right. Which if you did, you would know that this place isn't going back to normal. There's going to be no regression to normalcy. This thing is only going to get worse. This isn't a rough patch. All right. That's the good news, if you can believe it. Now, it sounds like bad news for people who are brainwashed and want to continue to be here. But that's actually good news, because this place is the gateway to the kingdom of heaven. This sacrifice has to happen first. It has to. We're not going to proceed into the new covenant or the new kingdom until all of these niggas get destroyed. All of this rainbow philosophies get destroyed. Feminism, everything that goes along with America and what's colloquially known as the West, it's got to go. All right. And an example has to be made out of them. And the example is starting now. It's going to start with them being confounded and confused. It's going to start with them getting embarrassed and exposed and having derision. And then the physical plagues are going to hit. People are going to start getting hit with illness. Wild beasts are going to start to come out. All right. This is just the Lord. This is going to be a good movie, man. It's just like they say, get your popcorn, man. But man, this is beyond that, man. All right. This is the greatest story ever told. All right. Where the Lord has written that the victors would be the ones that he chose, which are the Israelites, man, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So none of this shit is going to work. Only repentance is going to work. That's why the Lord went through all of the things that he went through, or he went through all of the trouble of having the prophets go through all of these things, man. The Lord had to suffer the men that he loved the most, all right, to be castigated, all right, to be denigrated, to be mocked. He had us suffer that just to warn you niggas, just so he can be justified in destroying you. So Jake got to get with the program, man. All right. Let me see. Just type in divide. I know this is in Matthew. Yep. Matthew 12. I'll just go to it. And 25, it says, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. All right. And this is why the Israelites we're desolate. Why? Because the Lord scattered us, man, all across the globe. That's a heavy scattering, man. You're not just scattered in neighborhoods. You're all over the globe. All right. And that's why we're brought to desolation. But the Lord is promised what? That he's going to bring that same desolation to Esau. Esau is going to be scattered. Esau is going to be in the kingdom. Esau is going to be a slave in every part of the earth, no matter where he goes. He's not gonna have a homeland. He's just gonna be. If you see an Edomite, he belongs to somebody, man. All right. We're gonna split their families up like they did ours. The whole shebang, man. All right. It says every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. This is why the scriptures speak about if unless two walk together, don't walk together unless the two be agreed, roughly paraphrasing. All right. These unity camps, the Lord is not with that. It's bound to be broken up because you don't speak the same thing like the scriptures say. So what's the point of coming together, man? All right. And the Lord is not going to save 100% of any one camp anyway, man. There are niggas in every camp and there are members of the elect in every camp. All right. That job of sifting is something Yahweh Shai is going to do or going to finalize. Really, it's starting now, but Yahweh Shai, when he gets here, he's going to finalize it. All right. He's going to literally separate the goats and the sheep. That's in Matthew 25. All right. So that division is very, very important, man. Division is very, very important. There's a benefit to it. All right. There's the positive side of division is called order. All right. The negative side of division is being scattered. You see? So the Lord can use this tool on both sides. And the Lord said, if these Edomites are fighting each other, like, why does this guy in his kingdom have to sit there and throw out 30,000 liters of milk, man? Now, if he's doing this to Esau, what do you think he's getting ready to do to you Israelites, man? All right. You see why the Lord set up watchmen to warn? You see why he had to put a special spirit on men to go out in the highways and byways, look crazy as hell with garments on, do videos every day, risking losing our jobs, our health, everything. Why did the Lord put the spirit? Because this is important, man. Because what Esau's getting ready to do, it's an important job to warn. It's just not a light thing. The Lord had us, all of these men, go through this trouble across all over the globe to push this truth out. Because that's how fucked up this guy Esau is about to get, man. All right. He's literally about to wild the fuck out. And Jake is just docile and has no fucking idea, man. It's frustrating. As the scriptures say, our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. You know? Did I read this whole thing? Salaki if I didn't. I believe I did. I'll read verse 26. It says, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? All right. So that's what the Lord is doing, man. He's not just going to blindside them with the missiles. No, he's going to hit them with plagues. He's going to embarrass them. He's going to confuse them, and he's going to expose them. That's how it's going to start. It's going to be an abstract judgment. Everybody laughing they're doing it right now. They're talking behind your back. Saudi Arabia, Russia. These people don't respect America, man. They are laughing at you. They're mocking you. They've already had the plan to supplant you, man. All right. They already don't respect America. All right. Now, America has it on paper. All right. Is the leaders of the free world on paper, but the East has already formed their alliance, man. Russia, Iran, Syria, all right, Ethiopia, Turkey, China. They all see the writing on the wall that you're a problem and you gotta go. All right. So nobody's under any illusion. And when this thing boils to a head, man, it's America that's gonna lose. And we're the men that broke this whole thing down and told it to you, man. That's in Isaiah 42. It's become one of my favorite scriptures as of late. We're the men that told you all the whole thing before it happens through prophecy. That's the thing that grafts in the elect. When the elect hear prophecy, man, we can't help, Lord willing, I'm of that number. We can't help but to turn our head, man. All right, because that's the voice of Yahushua. All right, to be occupied in prophecy. The Lord said the elect here, the elect recognizes His voice. You know, roughly, I'm butchering it, but you know the saying. You know, my sheep know my voice. All right, that's the prophecy, man. When we hear that, we turn up. All right, and that's supposed to spark something in you, man. But we're the ones telling you these things. Isaiah 42:9, behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. All right, so there were prophecies that were prophesied that came to pass. All right, and now the Lord is saying, look, I'm gonna give you a new prophecy, and that's gonna come to pass too. All right. It says, and new things do I declare before they spring forth. I tell you of them. All right. And that's the main thing. We're trying to tell you, this is a warning. This is love. And all of these guys that get bent out of shape because we correct you on certain doctrines. It's not personal, man. This is important. You can't fuck up doctrines like the Karagma. No. You niggas want to debate whether or not the Syrophoenician woman was an Israelite or not. Okay. Whatever. That has no bearing on any meaningful doctrine. It doesn't change the fact that only Israel can be saved. All right. It doesn't change anything major that's relevant to today. Debate about that. But the Quran, this should not be a debate, man. This is a deadly serious thing that we're getting ready to go through. We're in that time now. We're at the end of the sixth trumpet. All right. I didn't mean to go this long, but it is what it is. You know, these guys, Klaus, they're not. These camps are not speaking on that, man. That's a grave injustice. All right. They're so focused on America, the shiny thing over here, balloon UFO. You know. So something happened in the news, a celebrity gossip. All right. And that's part of Esau's larger plan. All right. All of these apps, Instagram, TikTok, to shorten your attention span. Next thing you know, you're so easily distracted with a headline. You miss niggas like Klaus Schwab making draconian edicts. All right. Basically promising, all right, to take everybody's freedom away. Saying it so confidently, like you're gonna love this. When really his plan is to strap some VR goggles on you, all right, and give you a insect protein bar, man. All right, that's the life that he has for you. That movie, The Matrix, when it shows you how they had all of the real humans in these pods, ciphering them off as batteries, and they had their conscious mind in this different metaverse, if you will, in the Matrix, just to distract them so they don't try to fight or resist. All right. And they have a whole AI that's designed to give them everything you desire and to challenge you to make everything seem real. That's what Esau's doing. He's literally executing that. This is why we need deliverance. This is why this giant bubble that everybody's in, this UFOs aren't real, the God's not. There's people who live in bubbles that just think that the supernatural can't happen. They really believe in Esau's science and 4 billion. They really think that. So that metaverse thing is really already started. It's a giant spell of witchcraft. Him going to the moon. These are all he's painting this worldview, this picture, this image, if you will. And that's in Revelation 13. He's sprucing up the image, but really it's just a giant bubble. People really think supernatural things can't happen. They think UFOs and is out there. All right. But now that the scriptures speak about that covering cast being lifted, and I'll get that, but let me get this real quick. Daniel 8:25, it says, and through his policy, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. All right. Now, this was originally talking about Antiochus. All right. Where he came in like, look, we're all going to speak one language. That was the edict. We're all going to be one thing. But what did he do? He tried to sell you on it. He tried to say, this is the righteous way to do it. He wanted you to be with it. You see, that's the difference between the devil being in rulership and these other nations that ruled over us. The Babylonians and the Assyrians never did that to the Persians. They never did that to us. All right. They forced us into forced labor, but they didn't try to pull us away spiritually from the Most High like Esau did. See, Esau wanted us to eat pork. Just tell him you didn't eat it. See, he wanted to corrupt our spirit. And it's the same thing. That's how we know that those Edomites back then or the Greeks are the same people today, man. Because what did they do? They wanted to corrupt us spiritually, man. They didn't just want us in physical bondage. They wanted to break us, man. They wanted us to believe in white Jesus. They wanted to pervert our minds. All right. That's that peace, because that religion make you think like you're winning. But ultimately, it's destroying you, man. And this is the same MO today. All right. These WEF. All right. These people are promising you peace and a solution. All right. But ultimately, you find out they're the ones that cause a problem to begin with. And really, their solution is just another problem for you. When they call it a solution, it's a solution for them to get you subjugated. All right. It says he also shall stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. All right. So that's twofold. All right. There's going to be a time where Yahushai and Michael are going to show up like King David and Joab back in the day. All right. They're going to show up, and then everyone's going to melt in fear, man. All right. Because this guy is being discovered. Everybody sees you for what you really are now, man. Isaiah 25 and 7 and 6, Salakia. And in this mountain shall the Lord Yahweh of hosts make unto all people a feast of fat things, a feast of wines on the lees, of fat things of marrow, of wine on the lees, well refined. This is going to be a great feast. Man, when we get in the kingdom, man, that feast going to be ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. I can't even fathom it, man. But verse 7, it says, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people. That covering cast is, hey, we went to the moon. That covering cast is the American dream. that covering cast is America is the good guy police. That feminism is good. That love is love. All right. That democracy is the thing that everybody in the nations need. That if every country had that, there would be no third world countries. Well, the third world countries have now basically surpassed America, man. I was looking up, man, when you go and look around the world, these places that were so-called third world countries, most of them have caught up with the basic necessities. Like I was looking at this, those guys that go down there in the passport, they in the Philippines. Man, there's neighborhoods in the Philippines that's literally no different than America, man. But all of the women are in order. Everything is clean. You see, so it's like America has more, but they don't have more of what you need. See, all of the progression of America, it's been extra bullshit that makes you comfortable, but it's not a necessity anymore. Every nation, even third world nations now, like they all have electricity, water, internet, smartphones, cell phone towers, like that's really all people need when you think about it. All of this extra shit that Esau's added to society, these big, you got, DoorDash, you got electric cars. All right. But you see, that's not benefiting very many people. And so these other nations, man, are looking at America like, the fuck? And that's why Jake is leaving, man. They're tired of these women. which is the biggest weapon that Esau's unleashed on America. Feminism was a social nuke. That's what it was. But let me read this again. So, Laki, I digress. Isaiah 25:7, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. These other nations are now seeing you for what you really are. America was right around that time he was beating on his chest about the moon. That's when America had the peak perception across the globe. Everybody thought America was the shit. But slowly but surely, you know, things like the Vietnam War in the 60s, they were like kind of looking at you like, oh, okay. When y'all lost that Vietnam War, everybody in the Eastern Asia, they all knew, man. Y'all got y'all ass whooped. All right. There's veterans that said they knew day one we were going to lose the Vietnam War. All right. But you let America tell it they didn't lose that war. They pulled out. No, y'all were getting fucked up out there. Y'all didn't know the jungle. Them Viet Cong, they was really about it. All right. And you had to ship a bunch of rookies out there. You know, that period, people started kind of looking at him, but he still was at the peak of his power, his perception. But you fast forward to the 70s and 80s, they watched you do the shit in the civil rights. They watched you set up coups. All right. They watched you push poison and drugs in your own neighborhoods. They watched you start wars, the Gulf War. All right. Do all of the shit with the Contras. And now your credibility has been severely reduced. You fast forward all the way to 2001 in September. All right. And then you just went off the chain, man. Off the chain. All these 3-letter agencies, CIA, DEA, they all got major budget boosts, and they started a whole new war, man. All right. So you've waxed proud and gotten at the peak of your pride, and all the nations see you for what you really are, man. The scriptures say that you would be made bare. So this covering cast has been dispelled, and it's being dispelled right now. Verse 8, he will swallow up death in victory. Whose death? Esau, man. When you read Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, it says he is as hell and is as death. When you read Revelation 20, it might be 22, where it says death and hell were cast into the lake. That's the Edomites, man. That's the Edomite kingdom. All right. So it says he will swallow up death and victory. That means a lot of you Edomites going to get burnt up, and the remaining of you going to be put in cold iron shackles, man. All right. It says, in the Lord Yahweh, our power will wipe away tears from off all faces, and the rebuke of his people shall he take away from off all the earth from the Lord, for the Lord Yahweh had spoken it. So that's our hope. These people right here, this guy, he doesn't have any hope. See, because this is technically his kingdom, but still, he's still being oppressed. And so the next thing is for us to be in rulership, where he's going to be oppressed even further. Call hello Yahweh Bashimi Hawashai, man. So these things have to happen, and we got to be patient, you know, with the Lord, man. All right. We like, Lord, please. We're pleading and begging that these days are sped up, but we also got to practice that patience. The Lord knows what he's doing, you know. So I'll end it here, man. Lord willing. This was edifying. Call hello Yahweh Bashimi Hawashai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, Wa Abba Babal Shalom.